김재덕. 리우스. 김우진. Representing China.
Well, Korea are going to start this gold medal match, and you have to say China really do need to have a flying start to have a chance here against the Korean team.
9.
So the last time we saw Kim Woo-jin in a finals venue, he pretty much bulldozed the competition at the World Cup final. So it's going to be nice to see the Korean team back on the venue and see what they can muster up today.
Kim Jae-dok following it into the 9s for a 27. You can hear the support in the crowd, but to stay focused like that, Lee putting it straight into the 10.
Yeah, the crowd is loud enough to make the sound levels completely peak, and the microphones completely only generate noise, basically.
Off, two-time Olympian Wang putting it into the 9, but that is just what China needed to put themselves in this match and put Korea under a bit of pressure.
I think this is the opportunity that China needs to take before Korea ramps it up. Some good communication there from Kim Woo-jin to Lee Woo-suk.
10.
So that is the level that we were expecting from Korea, and also the reason that China needed to, match this score to get this set.
8.
Oh, that's all about how you handle the pressure of the opportunity. And all of a sudden, you have to fancy the Koreans for this one. 2 10s to share the points required from China.
8.
That's just how quick it can go, how quick the momentum can change from being 2 points ahead to not having a chance at the set anymore. And I think it's mostly Korea's doing by putting a bunch of pressure on the Chinese team with their perfect second rotation.
Well, there it is, a 57-54 initial set.
Having to start all over again.
9.
Chef, the fear really here.
Going to stray far off it, I think, because the circumstances look pretty good. It doesn't look like it's very windy. It doesn't look like it's extremely bright out. So I think this is pretty much
throughout the week.
No, and I think that's also what threw a wrench in the Korean qualification as well, because typically speaking, you'll see an archer is, I think, Lee Woo-suk with third place. After Brady and Marcus D'Almeida, and I think Kim Woo-jin was somewhere 18th or something. He dropped
9.
But obviously they still see him as pretty much the anchor or the most experienced guy to lead this team to the gold medal, because they put him in anyways.
10.
Just outside, or was that on the line? It's marked as a 9.
Yeah, and I think I have to agree with that.
9.
These are not bad shots, but you can really feel the pressure on this Chinese team.
Yeah, you can see it in their facial expressions as well. They, I think they're carrying a lot of pressure on their shoulders, shooting here in front of their home crowd against, you know, the best.
Well, they've got plenty of room for error here. If all things go according to what we're used to with the Koreans, they're going to be 4-0 up in 2 hours' time.
9. 8.
Well, that was a stray one, but as I said, they had room for manoeuvre there, and it is enough. So China 4-0 down against a very strong Korean team. Will start set number 3, and they have to win this one.
Really good arrow to start that end off, or set rather. So typically I'd say if you shoot first, you can really put some pressure on the other team with a really high score. But we've seen situations like this where a team shoots a really high score against Korea, and Korea typically seems to be unfazed. They just think, okay, we can do that too. So putting a lot of pressure on the Korean team is not an easy task.
They may have just heard what Chef said then. Just completely unfazed by the 29. Shot by China.
And I'm not keeping scores today, but I think after that first 9 on the left by Kim Woo-jin, he's just only shot 10s.
8.
Another one of those left 8s, and he seems a bit surprised. He might just think, it must be the side setting, it cannot be me.
Well, it does mean that China have got this in their own hands. There's one of them.
He seems happy with it.
Now, pressure on here. No 10 so far for Wang.
9.
Drifted out to the 9. Now, this gives them a big chance, but Korea can take the match. They need 3 10s, though. There's no room for error here. Kim Woo-jin first up.
9.
Well, that means China are back in the match here.
Yeah, they are indeed. They just didn't shoot enough points this end. It's a bit of a different vibe, a different feel about it. It's more just, oh, we didn't hit the middle this time.
Well, they matched the score that took the points in the second set in the third. Li Zhong Wang will start things off in set number 4.
9.
And it's this thing where you get like really, it will die down a little, and then you'll be able to relax a bit more and shoot better, typically speaking. Or what also sometimes happens is that you have so much adrenaline in the beginning, and you kind of want to avoid that. But I think it's difficult for them in this circumstance to get numb to what's going on.
I think you may well be right.
Those drift off to the left, not only by China but also by Korea, so there might be a little bit of a drift that we have difficulty catching.
That's a little bit of wind. It looked like it was certainly blowing straight at the archers right at the start of the session. Maybe it's just starting to cross over the range a little bit. No problems there for Lee Woo-seok.
Jok just fumbling with his finger tap there for a bit. I think his leather was folded and he was struggling to get his hand on the string, but they have a lot of time left. They have 67.
9.
You can see the frustration there of first shooting a left.
Waited till his last arrow, potentially for a 10 and a 59, a possible target for the Koreans.
Yeah, 2 9s and an 8 would be enough already. Or a 10 and 2 8s, or 2 10s and a 6. You could pick your poison there.
So a 7 required for the win. Kim Jae-jok with that responsibility in his hands. Puts it into the 9, more than enough for a strong Korean team. They followed their female counterparts in the women's team recurve competition to take gold in the men's recurve team competition.